Hi, welcome to this introduction of CMS Bytes, a simple way of making an otherwise static website into a dynamic site that is super easy for your clients to make content changes to. Doesn't require any installations or any fancy programming knowledge or database knowledge. It's basically a pretty simple web-based interface that you combine with your HTML, your static HTML files to dynamify your site. So we're going to start off just by taking a peek at our static HTML site that will become what will become a dynamic website for our client, and that we're using Visual Studio for. This is actually a free edition, great content HTML editor and CSS editor. And here it is, it's standards compliant XHTML and CSS, and you'll see that I'm actually already using CMS Bytes in a few places, but I'll show you how to take a section of content like the main body section here, which is this about page title, which shows up, for example, here. This is how this would look. This is the static content, and we're going to take this and we're going to make this into dynamic content. And so what we'll do is we'll start over here. We're right now only in invite mode, but once you receive your invite email, you'll sign in, and you'll see I've already started using the system to actually manage CMS Bytes itself. Some of the content on the front end, and I'm using it for managing our parent company, Nectar Design. And this is the sample site that we would be creating, but I'll show you quickly. This is when you first get in, you won't see any of those clients. You'd just click add a client and you name the client, and if you wanted to, we don't even need to do this because our CSS is inherited by our static HTML files, but you could override those or any CSS that you wanted to control your layout here. And let's just go back to here. Okay, so we're working with sample site, and I've already created a few content blocks, but we're going to create another one to manage that about section. Okay, so I'm going to hit add new content block, give that content block a name, about content block. And let's give this a header, about header, and about content area, for example. And let's make this an actual H2 tag to correspond with our HTML. You don't have to do that, but it works. And save. And you'll see as soon as you save, you're brought straight to this code snippet screen. Much like AdSense or PayPal, you would just copy this code, and this is a sample output of your HTML preview. We'll look at that again, but basically now you'll go back to here, and you actually just, well, we can do this a couple ways. Let's just pop the snippet in here, indent it. And since we know this is going to be just for starters, we can get our client started with some of this content. It's just lorem ipsum anyway, but just cut that, save this file, and right away you can edit the content block, so you can actually create some content. We'll go back and, okay, now we can edit this right here, but since we actually want to capture some of that HTML, you don't have to do it this way. We can do it right in here and just literally replace that and save it. And now we'll upload our file, which is using Core FTP Lite, another free program. And we just edited the about page. And looking at this from the server, you can see I'm hosting this on nectar.com. And well, look at that. Not only is the content updated, and you can see from the code source that it's actually just pulling, there's no, not only is it, but we're getting these edit buttons. And what are those for?